Hi, my name is Nicole Lee, Health, Beauty, and More. You have to excuse me, but it is late and I'm kind of getting ready for my evening routine. And I've been looking at the list of FEMA camps to see where they're located and if there are any that are actually in actual operation at this time. I looked at several things on YouTube. And one of the places that listed an activity of FEMA camps going on is South Carolina and Oklahoma, another one. But with the people that they are taking in are mainly homeless. And what they do with them is the police will apprehend them. And they might see them outside of a social service agency getting food stamps and come right up to the person and ask them if they're homeless. And if they say yes, they say, well, okay, then you have a choice of either going to jail or being relocated. And apparently the relocation of these homeless people are at FEMA camps, which are the type of camps that are detainment camps where they cannot leave. And I believe they have incineration there going on, so people are either gassed or burned. From what I understand, they have one where they call it smoky because they smoke them with gas and exterminate people there. And I'm going to leave the link of one of the places that I followed. It talks about the FEMA camps and what they do there. And it's presented to these people, these homeless people, as if it's a mission to assure their survivability, when in fact it's probably more of a end of their survival rather than continuance of their survival. And also they RFID chip them so that they can keep track of everything about them. If they have anything, everything is in the chip about their entire life, their history, everything that's been recorded. So there's a series of executive orders signed by Obama that really lead up to taking more and more control over people. He has signed so many executive orders. There's 10990 taking over modes of transportation. 10997, the government can take over electrical power, gas, petroleum, fuels, and minerals. Another one where he can seize all means of transportation, vehicles, trucks, seaports. And there's others where he can take over all food, resources, and farms. And there's also laws to govern and mobilize civilians into work brigades under government supervision, as well as taking over health, education, and welfare, and giving the Postmaster General the power to operate national registration of all the people that are taken into custody. It also allows for the Housing and Finance Authority to locate communities, build housing with public funds, and designate the areas for these new locations of populations. And there's others as well. Let's see, preparing function to federal departments and agencies. There's, let's see, preparedness agency to establish control over the mechanism of production and distribution of energy sources, wages, salaries, credit, and the flow of money in U.S. financial institutions. There's laws for this relocation of industry, services, government, economic activities. There's also powers over all aspects of the economy. And he can take possession of any transportation system for transporting troops, material, or other purposes. And I also saw pictured a white van with no windows in the back where the homeless were housed for to the FEMA camps, and that way they don't get to see where they're headed. They don't get to have any sense of how they got there, where they are, in fact. So that way they're not going to be able to know anything. Oh, these are like concentration camps too. And if you want to have information on this, it lists every state in here that has FEMA camps. And if you're in California, the one that they list here is Vandenberg Air Force Base, which is only about an hour and a half from where I reside. Let's see. It's pretty well known. Vandenberg's where a lot of space shuttles were launched. But you can look up your state too and see if it's on there. But they're cropping up more than just the ones that you see here. And if you know of any that aren't, if you know of any camps that aren't listed on these lists, this comprehensive list, then they ask you to email somebody through this website so they can add it on. Okay, well, I hope this gives you some help. Sorry for the appearance. It's not a beauty night. Health, beauty, and more. This is Nicole Lee, over and out, and please subscribe.